The top 25 Pro-Am teams moving on, along with 77 pros, as we finish up in this final round.
At the moment, one of the truly great par fours in the world, the 8th hole.
Yes, Jim, it really is a unique par 4 along the cliff top. Drive it up there on top with a long iron or a hybrid. The closer you get it to the cliff, the better the angle for the second. And there's some big crowds out there. Dottie Pepper is one of them, down following this group.
I am, and it is an absolutely stunning day, and the people have turned out to watch this. This birdie putt by Dustin was set up by a second from 199. Got to go to the right, Ian.
Yes, it has to. Difficult green to get the right speed, severe slope. Dustin needed to jump out of the boxes better if he was going to challenge today. Two-time champion around Pebble Beach. Back to leader Jordan Spieth. Safety up the left.
Wow, it's a touch over the top, that one, Ian.
That was a guide, wasn't it, Nick?
Yeah.
Didn't see anyone scampering away. This was earlier, Brandt Snedeker. That one looked good, Peter, up over the rock.
That one should be just fine.
Ahead to 9.
John Rahm, winner 2 weeks ago at Torrey Pines. This 9th hole is a really strong par 4.
That's going to really help. Oh, if that stayed up the left side, it would have been really tough to get that up and down. But now, it's still a tough one, a tough 5-footer for a 3.
Back over to 8.
Kelly Craft. Little, say about 5 feet for birdie.
Yeah, at the most. And this shot actually, Ian, was played with a 4-iron from 215. Started it right of the flag and they made it hold its line. It was tremendous. What a 3.
Oh, what a good start too. Shame about the bogey at 7. 5 birdies in 6 holes for Kelly Craft. That's the sort of start you have to have if you're going to chase down a big lead. 2011 US Amateur Champion is Kelly Craft from SMU in Dallas. And a disappointing start for DJ, Dottie. Did not take advantage of the par 5s. In fact, a par at the 2nd and a 6 at the 6th. He needed to make 4s on those 2 holes. Let's check in with Phil Mickelson here at the 17th tee.
Bit of carnage on his scorecard on this second 9, Ian.
Yes, 4 over today, Nick, and 4 of those were on the 15th with an 8. 192 yards today. Really good test. That finds the back center bunker. A double at 10, bogey at 13, and a quad at 15 after 4 birdies on the front 9. So Nicky had pretty much the start, bar the 3rd hole that he would have wanted.
Yeah, it's the same story with Phil every week. He makes as many birdies as the winner, but he spends a bunch.
Here's Jason Day.
Yeah, he says, he's working so hard in his game. He says his short game is awful right now because he's really been paying attention to his golf swing. And he says it's just not acceptable at this particular point. Phil Mickelson's short game, I'd like to have it. Wants a little off. Jason Day, good shot. Let's go to 8.
Hold your hands.
From the left rough, 213 yards away. That's a hybrid for Jordan.
Oh, what a shot. That was spectacular. Always remember in the rough, it's easier to get a hybrid or a 5-wood, 7-wood, something like that, a fairway wood through the rough. It doesn't cut as much as a long iron, excuse me. Slides through the long, juicy rough so much better. So hence the hybrid there. Just a little cut off from 213. Much breeze out there, Peter, up there on top of the cliff?
Yeah, there's a fair bit. I mean, it's just a beautiful day out here, though. I don't know that you're going to get much better scoring conditions at Pebble Beach. Brandt's left with 183 yards.
Brandt made birdie here yesterday. Knocked it in close.
What breeze there is feels like it's coming into the players from the left.
Scotty Vail is Brandt's longtime caddy. I would say he's gone back a club there, Peter. Scotty was saying if there's no hurt, it's the other one.
He's going to a 7-iron.
Okay.
Club selection is so critical on the second shot.
I love his pace of play. He did take a while choosing the club, but once he's up over it, he goes.
It's well up in the air.
Well, he could have done with the other one, but you just don't want to go long there. Over to John Rahm.
You're on the 9th green. Yes.
Not many threes at the 9th. Meanwhile, 17.
Uncomfortable stance here, Jim, for Phil. Ah, delightful. Yeah, he's really struggling with his short game, Gary.
That's a bad one for him. He usually makes those.
Ah, that was beautiful. So you always knock the sand off your shoes, otherwise you traipse the sand up onto the surface, so always do that. Just be careful you don't hit the ankle instead of the shoe. You'll only ever do it once.
Yeah, I concur on that one. That'll make your eyes water, doesn't it?
Oh my goodness. Straight to the ground. He'll stay out of the way. Just mark that, tidy it up later. Phil in the same group with Patrick Reed. Patrick's 6 under for the tournament. 5 birdies, 3 bogeys on the card. Oh, just a little cute. Oh, that'll be upsetting for him. He's just gone birdie, birdie. Jordan Spieth with a 4-shot advantage. They're up on the 8th green. Pretty quick down the hill from there. And no, good decision.
So it looks like Patrick Reed will give a shot back at a minimum, as he just had that unfortunate break there. A look at the scores on the first page. Kelly Kraft rejoining Brad Snedeker at 14 under, and he's deeper into his round, has a 4-under day going, which is very impressive. Snedeker, meanwhile, 3 under without a bogey. Jason Day sharing 5th at 10 under with Dustin Johnson. Chris Kirk with a look from the opposite side of the green. Good lag putt. And so Kirk will finish that up with just a tap in. Kirk, multiple wins in his career, including a win in the FedEx Cup playoffs at the Deutsche Bank Championship a couple of seasons ago. Third shot at 18 now for Jason Kokrak. Kokrak with a birdie at 10, another at 17. So a chance to make something happen here. That's a little far from the flag when he just had a wedge in his hand from 77 yards, so he'll be disappointed with that. to the work alongside Chris Kirk is Justin Rose. And Rose curling that in. Much needed. Able to pick that up at the par 3. So Rose with a smile. Now let's get back to the base of the green here at 18. Scott Langley. 3 pros and an am in this group. Uphill from 33 feet, and that's running. So he has 4 feet coming back, which is never easy. Nearly 5 feet in that putt. Scott Langley 3 over today, so a disappointing start to his final round. Pat Perez makes that for par at 17, so he's holding at 6 under. And Perez, already a win in our wraparound schedule. He was coming back from shoulder surgery and has done very well health-wise after it. Jason Kokrak for birdie. See if he can pick this up at 18 from 27 feet. Well, wouldn't turn in there, so just swings around past the cup. So Kokrak will settle for a par here. This is the group that came through on the back half first. So still the front side for Kokrak and Scott Langley along with Tom Hoagie.
We come on the air live at the famed 8th hole at Pebble Beach Golf Links with our tournament leader, Jordan Spieth. Has this putt for birdie. 1 under for the day so far. A 2-putt birdie at the par 5 second hole. That's it. His lead at the beginning of the day was 6. His largest 54-hole lead of his young career. Already an 8-time winner on tour. The crowds have come out in full force on another gorgeous day here on the Monterey Peninsula. He led by 6 overnight. The lead is at 4 right now, with Brandt Snedeker and Kelly Kraft closest in pursuit. He had a hybrid club in here for a second shot. Out of the left rough, it was a beauty, and he walks away with a 4. Now, he's playing with Brandt Snedeker, 2-time winner of this event. This was Brandt just a little earlier, and a nice lag just below the hole. And now let's see Brandt pop this one in for his par. 3 under here in the final round.
Very nice.
One of the great comeback artists we've seen over the last 6 or 7 years on the tour. At the 9th hole, Rob Oppenheim is at 11 under and in 4th position alone. Got a sponsor's exemption into the field, and man, has he made the most of it. Ranked in the 400s in the world standings. There's a look at your board. Jordan Spieth, a leader by 4 over Snedeker and Kraft. Jason Day's on that first page. Dustin Johnson is as well. And look at this live shot. I'm in Carmel Bay. Great to have you with us. Sit back and enjoy a gorgeous afternoon from the one and only Pebble Beach. Let's go back over to the 9th, and that is a great par save for Oppenheim. And he goes out in 34, 2 under. So we battled stormy weather all week until Sunday arrived, and we began to bathe in sunshine. Of course, the first 3 rounds are scattered around this area on the peninsula, inside the forest at Pebble Beach. Not only Pebble Beach Golf Links, but Spyglass Hill and Monterey Peninsula. Today, those who made the cut, the 65 professional teams, professional players, the 25 Pro-Am teams, they're all here at Pebble Beach, which soon will be celebrating its 100th year in 2019 when a U.S. Open will come back here again. R.J. Harper and Eric Lippert, the PGA professionals. So Jordan Spieth, his last win on the PGA Tour came in the spring at Colonial. He did win in November over at the Australian Open, where he defended his title. So we're going to go back live to the 9th with Carmel Beach off in a distance, and a good turnout there today, taking advantage of a gorgeous Sunday stroll. Sir Nick Faldo's in the tower alongside. Dottie Pepper is following this group. Dottie, it's a great day to be walking around PB.
And they call this a job, right?
Yeah, right.
Well, Kelly, although he's missed the fairway, has a terrific angle, and he's drawn a pretty decent lie. Just a step inside 180, looking directly at that flagstick.
Well, he needs some help, Dottie, because this is one of the toughest second shots at Pebble Beach. That's maybe especially following on from the 8th hole.
Well, he's coming off a very tidy 3 at the 8th. That's a 6-iron.
Wow.
Got to dig that one out.
Unique follow through. I was going to say, it's easy to hit it there. Very difficult to fire one across that bunker and get close to that flag. So smart play.
Playing with Dustin Johnson, twice a winner here.
This is from 161, certainly a downhill lie. Tough stretch of the golf course here. This was the toughest through 3 rounds. 10th, second toughest.
And he didn't like it. Oh my goodness, he really didn't like it. He must hit that downhill lie, hit that one fat, I guess.
We've heard from Dottie. Ian Baker Finch is at 17. Gary McCord calls the action at the 16th. Peter Costas is also out walking around. In fact, he's with the Spieth and Snedeker grouping. Let's go to 17.
Over at 17, this is Larry Fitzgerald playing alongside Kevin Struman. And of course, we've got the tournament within the greater tournament is the Pro-Am division. And he and Kevin Struman are actually leading at the moment with just maybe a little 2-net one for Larry at 17. Over at 9.
Yep, Snedeker walking after his tee, stopping for a moment just to be sure, and he's going to like that one.
And that'll stay just before it gets to a steeper downhill lie, so that's well positioned.
And Jordan's been predominantly going the other way with a little fade. Especially if the wind's coming a little bit off the land today.
He has really been grinding over the first few holes, Nick. And
Yeah, and that's into the thick stuff on a really steep side hill lie. So that will be a bit like Kraft, or smartest play would just try and get it to the front edge of the green. And look how narrow it is. That's a scary, scary second shot.
The second shot at 8 may be visually more intimidating, but I'll tell you what, this one's the hardest on the golf course.
To 10.
Tough shot through the bleachers. And then we got a bunker starting about 250 down there on the left, going to about 310. And he's not going to worry about that whatsoever. That is just ripped down the middle and a long way. Perfect position right there.
I love that. 43 feet apex, Gary.
Let's just hit a little cruiser, a little stealth bomb right down the middle. And let's go back to 9.
Where Dustin is going to get a good look at this pitch that's going to move severely to his right.
Peter, after a couple of days of sunshine, sorry, it's Dottie, is it down there?
Yes, Dottie.
Dottie, after a couple of days sunshine, how's the fairways?
There's still some moisture in some areas, but the improvement has been dramatic. They've been able to mow the approaches. Still playing lift clean in place, but definitely much better conditions.
Oh, he picked that off nicely,
Lovely.
didn't he? Just clipped it off the top. No point in taking a divot.
Area that improved so much last year, and it has continued.
For just a moment, let's bring it to 18 Tower and say hello, friends. Jim Nance along with Nick Faldo. Listen, you got Jordan Spieth, 23 years, 6 months. Already he's won 8 times. Won a couple of majors. There's some pretty impressive names who have walked off this 18th green at Pebble Beach as a champion, whether it was in a major or whether it was in the Crosby, this event. It'd be another fitting name to have as a winner at Pebble Beach, wouldn't it?
Yeah, players know that. You know, they know that in their past who has won the Opens or the US Opens or the Masters, yes, but sure, tournaments as well, they know, wow, Jack won here and Watson won here and Tiger won here. Yeah, I'd like to put my name on that trophy as well.
Yeah. What do you think he needs to do? Got the 4-shot lead, started the day with 6. What do you think we're going to see out of Jordan here?
You know, it can be a little bit of a jigsaw game. You know, if something goes wrong, I was just saying, they come to an important part of the golf course, 9, 10, and 8, 9, and 10. They've gone through that well, but if Jordan goes through 1 over, and Snedeker goes through those holes in 1, and he's got the 12th, another difficult. So there's a little run as you turn at Pebble Beach and head back home, where it's very important that he hangs on to that cushion. But you know, anything can kind of. We could see a little 2-shot swing somewhere.
Kelly Craft with a par. Great lag putt for Kelly, former U.S. amateur champion. He won it at Erin Hills, which soon people will be getting very familiar with, U.S. Open. Of course, the amateur is coming here next year, and there's Wayne Gretzky. Just casually walking up and making a rather difficult putt. 25 teams made the cut. They had a card off at 15 under par based on your professionals score. That's how they broke the tie. And we actually have a total of 10 celebrities out of the 25 amateurs that made it here. Now, Dustin. It's a fine up and down. But that's the quiet 9 holes for him. Really got to do your business on those first 7 holes, and he did not take advantage of it. Let's go to 17.
Difficult bunker shot here for Kevin Streelman. Not too bad, really, from that downslope. Kevin, as I mentioned before, playing with Larry Fitzgerald. He's at 8 under par, so having a good week up there, just almost in the top 10. And they are right up there in this tournament within a tournament in the Pro-Am side of things.
So we're in the 9th fairway. Snedeker in good position, and Spieth's going to have to grind a little bit here.
Actually, Jimmy, he's in perfect position.
Really?
He's in the fairway.
Well, we had it. Looked like we
Yeah,
thought he was in the thicker.
In fact,
right
you couldn't
side.
get a better angle than what Jordan has. So it'll be 185 yards for Sneds to play first.
Okay.
Well, there's those little breaks, isn't there? Because he was hard down that right edge, 3 paces to the right. It'd be a different story.
Trying to. It should be, but you got to be aware of this one.
He'll try and come back in right now.
Yeah, just give it a sec. We're not in any rush, because I mean, there's a little help. It's absolutely perfect. Okay, we're on the same page.
Can't have any hurt though.
Can't have what we're feeling right now.
Yeah.
That's definitely not enough.
They're just waiting for the wind direction that they want for this club. It's right now into them from about 10 o'clock.
I think even just a little bit. I mean, obviously we had that behind us. Blue 80. Perfect. Now that wind's helping. Okay. Yeah.
67, right?
Yes.
Covered.
Correct.
Yeah, you're talking
Everything in 67. Go ahead and hit it.
You're talking of fractions when you're trying to get close to this flag in this left-hand corner.
Well, it's 185 yards. They think the wind is helping, and that's an 8-iron on its way.
Wow, has he pulled it? Oh, that's
So afraid of leaving it right.
not good. And that's down in the little barranca. What would you call that, Jim? That little.
Yeah, it's a sizable swale, and the lies can be very sketchy.
Yeah,
and he's short-sided as well.
Now, from the perfect angle, Jordan has 164 yards. That's a 9-iron on its way.
Wow, that's a good shot. He didn't even think about the flag, just drove it into the middle of the green.
He's hit his last 11 greens in regulation, and yesterday he had some other stats that were jaw-dropping. He one-putted 8 of the final 9 greens yesterday. Here's a look at our AT&T profile, and Jordan, his first 4 54-hole leads of his young career. He didn't finish the deal, but 6 of his last 7 He's gone ahead and won. Looking for victory number 9.
At the 12th, Luke Donald of England, 6 under par. Second shot here after missing the green in regulation. Coming across 67 feet he needed to get to the pin and still has about 6 feet of work left. Donald with a bogey at 6, a birdie at 8, and it's been a level day. Now Trey Mullinax. And Mullinax looking to bring this up the hill. Turning to his left, just missing the cup. Very good effort. Mullinax, a Web.com Tour graduate, with birdies at 6 and 11, but missing here at the 15th. Now let's get back to the 12th. Mackenzie Hughes to see if he can make this. Oh, a quick putt, but a confident stroke. And Mackenzie Hughes just pours it in for a birdie. And that will take him to 8 under par, 1 under on the round. First birdie of the afternoon. Looked like he'd been doing it time and again. Now Gary Woodland for birdie at 15. Woodland with a look to get to 11 under. Instead, it just circles around the back of the cup. It's funny when you see the break finish behind the cup and you know how close you were to getting it right. It was the speed all the way. He has a nice card going, even though he has encountered 3 bogeys. Has 5 birdies on the front and 3 coming in, so he's working a 5 under round. This is a birdie try for Canada's Nick Taylor. Just a little uphill here at 12. Short on speed, might have had the line. Taylor, though, will likely settle for a par here at the 12th after a bogey at 11.
This being the 70th year, or 70 years since the event first arrived at Pebble Beach, 1947.
Oh, wow.
Snedeker got caught.
That was like trying to hit out an old spring mattress, that one.
Sounds like you may have tried that before.
Yeah. It is just packed hard, that turf. That's been there since 1919. And no chance of getting through it. Look at that.
He made about 8 or 10 practice swings in different areas trying to simulate the lie, and he didn't get ever simulated. And this one's no bargain here.
Oh, this is going to be, could be a disaster with an 8-iron in your hand, Peter, for your second. Just got to block it 20 feet right of the flag. But this is going to be, go, go, go. Oh, just. It's now going to be really good. Keep going, getting underneath the hole. That was very brave.
Yes, it was, and he can get out of here with a 5 if he holds that putt. 17.
Okay, we saw earlier Larry Fitzgerald hit a beautiful 9-iron to here. This is for a 2 net 1. All right, that little tap in left for the 3 net 2. That'll go a long way to putting him right up there in that Pro-Am competition. And this is for a share. Remember, Kevin Streelman had about 15 feet for par. So that was a very handy 3 net 2 for Larry right there. Of course, a famous wide receiver for the Arizona Cardinals. And a pretty good swing as well as we go to Kelly Craft.
And we're getting back next year. Out of way, fits. All right, ocean right, bunkers left. That looks perfect, doesn't it? He's kind of begging with the body language. Begging, no, that's fine. That's fine.
No need to beg, Gary.
Yeah, well, there is, but
Well, it's pretty darn good.
14 under. He's going to be the closest one now. Okay, Rob Oppenheim. We've only had, ready, 2 birdies in this hole. 2. Dos. So you can't really go hunting at this flag today. The hole's cut on the front right on the water. I mean, right on it. 9th hole.
Spieth has a birdie putt coming up. While Snedeker going to try to survive this and hole about a 4-footer for a 5.
He's just been a little touch out. Had a couple of good chances. Good chance on 1, 7 feet. Just didn't hit that hard enough. Hit a fabulous second shot at 2 with a 3-wood to about 15 feet. Easy 2-putt. And then after that, just been outside the range and just hasn't quite got the pace.
Yeah, his speed has been not nearly as good as it was yesterday with the putter.
Yeah, only like a foot out. You know, that was a little short, tiny bit long. But yeah, if it putted like yesterday, Peter, for this 9, it would be Tiger-esque, wouldn't it? He'd be leading by 12.
Well, yesterday was as fine a performance on the greens as I've ever seen at Pebble.
13 one-putt greens.
Well, I think you said, Peter, he basically missed 1 putt that he was possible to hole.
Yeah, the par putt at 8 yesterday.
Like
that was it.
So that's 13 out of 14 on these greens. That's pretty outrageous. But he's going to gain a shot at least from Snedeker. So that will take the little bit of the heat off.
To 10.
Okay, 4 shots back.
That's a 9-iron on the way, Gary, to the left of the hole.
Currently ranked 391 the world ranking. So is he going to try to make a run at Mr. Spieth, 4 shots in front, or is he going to sit back and try to make some cash and help his card as we go back to 9?
Well, that one got your attention for a moment, but it's safely in for his bogey.
Yeah, but you know, when he's going to go back and all that talk about, you know, the second shot and made a right mess of it.
Over to 10.
Well, he's missed the bunkers to the left. This was earlier, but what a perfect angle.
Well, perfect angle, and it's some of the thinnest rough on the golf course, Gary.
And remember, we saw this ball sitting there. It just went doink. Look at that. Out of the rough, that ball went backwards. I mean, you miss it 8 feet right of that. You're down there on the beach with all the dogs. Good shot. Jordan by 4.
Cameron Percy taking a look at birdie here at the 16th. Percy out of the shadows. This for birdie to get to 9 under par. 33 feet, comes up the hill, but just not turning enough to find the cup. Total of 5 birdies today for Percy. 2 bogeys, so he's 3 under in the round. Here's Adam Hadwin. And Hadwin eyeing this to get to 5 under. Just peels off line, moves a little right on him. And Hadwin had a string of 3 birdies over his last 4 holes, working, but also still over par thanks to 2 bogeys and a double at the 8th. So 4 under he'll remain. Now Matt Jones. We move back to the group at 16, and he didn't get it to the cup. So Jones, always a very quick player, doesn't spend a lot of time over good or poor shots, but that one he would have liked to have gotten to the cup. Now, look at birdie for Martin Flores. This is back-to-back days. Martin Flores has made birdie at 17, 2 entirely different portions of the green. The pin was cut to the front right for the first 3 days, and now all the way deep in the left. 16 again. And Shane Lowry able to make that. So a nice putt, and Lowry happy. A big smile from the Irishman as he makes that. Couple of birdies on the front side, now 2 birdies on the back as he gets to 2 under par. And for Shane Lowry, just a couple of trips here. He finished top 25 in 2015, just outside the top 40 this past season. Enjoying himself this Sunday.
Okay, here we go, live 10th tee. See what he can do on the back 9 now. 4 shots in the lead. At those bunkers, is it going to curve off those bunkers? Barely.
He is in the first cut of rough, Gary, but he'd be standing in the bunker, so this is going to be awkward.
And now up the green, Kelly Craft, 39th on the Web.com priority list last year. And again, it's going to be interesting to see if he pushes the accelerator.
Back to the tee at 10.
Kraft tapped his in. That looks pretty good. They're hooting and hollering, but he's paying attention, running the same line, Peter, it looks like, as Justin. But that is absolutely perfect, or Jordan Spieth. Here we go up in the green after that unbelievable shot of the left rough, left of the bunkers. This is perfect here. It's just straight back up the hill. Try not to let the crashing of the ocean bother you. There you go. Can't get much easier putt on this hole. That's it. The only way to get that putt is to go right of the hole. Again, there's a cliff over there and that stuff down there. That's what I'm talking about right there. Jordan Spieth, 4-shot lead over Kelly Kraft.
After the birdie at 16, here's Shane Lowry at 17. Left side of the tee, trying to find that back left pin. This hole playing much longer today than we saw in the first 3 rounds of competition. That from 192 yards. He's on line below the hole about 21 feet. Now Trey Mullinex, you can't see him behind this beautiful tree framing the left side, but he's trying to play a right to left draw into this left pin. That worked out nicely. He'll be at the top of the green. Cameron Percy now. And Percy set to go at 17. Starts it along the right side, trying to draw it in. This one hanging out on the right side. Now there's a saddle right there. If he can at least get to this side of the green, which it looks like he still has a lengthy putt, but that's better than what it could have been. He's close to 40 feet away. Kevin Kisner now. And Kisner going to work here at 16. Gary Woodland already hitting his approach into this green, and he's got a good look at birdie coming up as Kisner's right there on the edge. Now Matt Jones. This at 17. He's leaning left. It could be hanging right. And it's into that back bunker. So a little too much. May have taken one extra club. And that will mean Matt Jones needs to get up and down for par at 17 after just missing out on a birdie on the previous hole. He is at 6 under par, 1 under for the round today.
Let's go to 11.
Up the hill, short par 4, firing away from the ocean. Look at that beautiful view. Rob Oppenheim. Just 112 yards. Oh, delightful shot. He played really well yesterday. Just one sloppy bogey at the 16th. He's bogey-free today as we head up to 18.
4-time winner of this event, Phil Mickelson. Last year he needed a 5-footer to force a playoff, and it lipped out. Just like that. Vaughn Taylor went on to win it last year. It was a riveting final round. So it got away from him on the last 9 holes. That's actually a bogey finish for him. Let's go to the tee at 11.
Aggressive play here for Dustin Johnson.
That is a very aggressive play, and you can reap the rewards if you get it up the left side with a good angle.
There's a long way up there. Just a little lob wedge left for Dustin. One of the easier par 4s in this very difficult stretch. All week, 8, 9, and 10 have been the toughest 3 holes on the course.
And then you get a free one at 12, and it's only the 4th toughest.
That's right. But get it in the fairway at the top of the hill. Get to clean the ball. Preferred lies in play. Nice swing there from Kelly Kraft.
Yep, similar line to where Dustin was.
Not quite as far up. Made birdie here yesterday, so some good vibes. Good angles from there. Tiny little green here at 11. Back down the hill to 10.
Okay, Peter Costas is going to be standing in the. You can
He's
see
right on the edge of it, Gary. He's got 175 yards. I think most of the soles of his shoes will be on grass, maybe just the heels.
So if the ball's above your feet, Peter, the ball's going to hook. So do you aim it out in the ocean and let the hook, or you just come over the top of it and pull it dead left 20 feet?
I don't think you aim it at the ocean.
I don't think so.
I'm just saying.
Nick Faldo, it looks like with a 4-shot lead, he's kind of stuck on pars. And if anybody could make a run, you know how you get stuck on pars and all of a sudden the birdies come very hard? It looks like that's what he's doing today to me. What do you think?
I bet if you annoyed him, aggravated him enough, he'd start brushing a few in, though, just to keep that 4-shot lead.
And Peter Costas from that awkward lie here on 10. Take a look.
With our Konica Minolta BizHub Swing Vision camera, obviously the key here is to maintain your balance, maintain your footing on the edge of the bunker. I find he's turning away from the golf ball so much better, so much more together. And that allows him to get the arms back in front of his body and rotate through. I think he's just very fundamentally sound right now.
And he gets a tiny bit taller on his downswings, Peter.
As opposed to the general, which is to get shorter.
Only 3 birdies here so far today, but Brian Snedeker's got to go hunting.
164 yards.
5 shots back.
That's a 9-iron.
And that wasn't really hunting, but that's going to leave him about 35, 40 feet across the green.
Well, it's now time for the AT&T Pebble Beach moment, and it's all about Brandt Snedeker. This is 2013. After runner-up finishes the previous 2 weeks on tour, he got it going here at Pebble Beach. Final round 65 and a 2-shot win over Chris Kirk. Then in 2015, he cruised to a 3-shot victory. Another final round 65 without a bogey. And he broke his own tournament scoring record at 22 under par. You know, when he won here in 2013, when he hit his tee shot at 14 on Sunday, he actually fractured a rib.
Oh, you're right, yes.
It ended up really curtailing a large part of his season. It was so promising. He had, again, a second to Tiger and a second to Phil coming in here. Then he won here. But he injures himself and has to play the last 4 holes. He can barely breathe. 16.
That's a tough course. Start breaking ribs. Gary Woodland, birdie. There you go. Perfect. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look at the birdies, 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 birdies. He has gone absolutely on the prowl today. All right, let's see what these 2 guys from Scottsdale, same golf course, can do, coming in and trying to win this thing.
Well, there was a lot of birdies on that card for Woodland.
Was it about 8?
I think it was at least 9. Yeah. So Streelman and Fitzgerald come in here right behind Ken Duke and Carson Daly in the Pro-Am competition. But meanwhile, over at 9. That's Will McKenzie finishing up.
Okay, for birdie now at 11. Rob Oppenheim needs a top 10 this week, so he gets to play next week at the Genesis Open. If he doesn't finish top 10, he says not trying to put too much pressure on himself. He'll head down to Panama for the web.com event, but if he keeps playing like that, he's still in contention to win. Playing alongside Bill Perocchi. Just $101 ahead of 26th back in 15, but then last year, boy, just a few bucks behind. It's a tough game. Top 25 obviously earning their card. Means a lot to the guys trying to make their way out here. If they can get a top 10, get into the next tournament, keep that momentum going. Back down to 10.
That Marshall's got to have the greatest view of all time for a Marshall, doesn't he? He can watch all the action, turn around, and look at the mighty Pacific lapping up, and he's got that big, huge home over here on the other side. I want to be that Marshall right there. I want that job. And he's going to look at the ocean for a while. Perfect. That's what he's looking at. Look at that. Yeah, checking out who's left.
You think you could do that?
Oh, without a doubt I can do that. I was made for that job, Jim, right there. By the way, that my house, Jim, behind the green, you know that was Gene Hackman's house?
Yeah.
And then they came, you know what the asking price was on that house?
Tell me.
$79 million was the asking price. I don't know what they bought it for, but $79 million. Let's go to 11.
It's a lot of money. Spin back a little. Come on, keep coming down that slope.
Yeah, second straight hole, he's had a 9-iron in his hand. Another good one.
Yeah, that was a good shot, Dottie, but it's going to be a quick putt, isn't it, from that angle?
Underestimation. It's really fast.
Now, Dustin. You said it before, Dottie, this is a big part of his improvement in the game, these short shots.
Well, and so much of playing well here is leaving yourself that proper shot to have a holeable putt, and he's done that.
Back down the hill.
Okay. Let's see if Jordan's going to start roping these in. Best in the world from distance. Best in the world. Look at this. Look at this. Look at. Oh, man. I thought I was missing left. He started on the march there. He thought that was going to go in. There's my Marshall again. Gets a smile at all the top players in the world as they go by.
You know, you can't speak if you're a Marshall to the players. Could you?
No, you can
do
talk.
that?
You can talk to the Otters and the Sea Lions. There's
Okay.
nothing. You can't talk to people, right? I agree with that. My guy right there, steadfastly watching this 10th green. Nick, he's stuck on pars. He just keeps making pars, and no one's making a run.
Well,
I like the idea, don't you?
Well, he's actually trying to make birdies, but it will do right now.
At the 17th, Gary Woodland, 11 unders, had a very solid final round. If you're looking for key indicators responding on the final day and putting together a good score, this could be a harbinger of things to come. He has a stack of birdies. He had 5 on the front side, 4 on the back 9. This could be his 10th birdie of the day if he can make that. Now Trey Mullinax. Woodland's tee shot from a moment ago. Mullinax also trying to set up on the left side, bring it in right to left. This one will be deep. That will find that bunker just about a 10-yard shot from there back to the flag. And now Kevin Kisner. Kisner at 8 under par. One-time winner on tour, captured the RSM Classic a couple of seasons ago. Just carries the front hazard, 192 to the pin, so that's at the bottom of the green, and that will leave Kisner about the same distance in his putt as Larry Fitzgerald is looking at in this one. One of our amateur partners, along with Kevin Streelman, trying to win the Pro-Am title. Does this make it that close for the NFL star? Plays for the Arizona Cardinals. He is talented. Chris Kirk now, second at the 15th. And Kirk trying to bring this in from the left side. The pitch of the green, rather dramatic, so if you play it to the top of the hill, that's your best chance to get it to hold.
Nice wide stance for Jordan, isn't it? Solid base. Very aggressive through the ball, Peter.
Well, I mean, when you got that big of a lead, you got to choose conservative targets but make aggressive swings, and he seems to be doing a very good job of that.
Definitely continuing on from yesterday. Brant Snedeker a little bit more flared with the left foot than Jordan was. Doesn't roll over on it as much. Two good shots up there, about 275 up the hill. '18.
Streelman for birdie.
Maybe to win the team event.
Boy, you gave it a good go, too. So many are missed on the low side there. 11.
About 18 feet up the hill.
18 very slow feet up the hill.
Yeah, you can really bash them up the hill here.
A little bobble and lost its speed, Ian.
Well, that's what can happen. A lot of rain earlier in the week. A lot of rain this season. I think the staff have done an unbelievable job here of getting the course looking as good as they have. It's just in really, really spectacular shape. Over to 12T.
Oppenheim.
Yeah, 196 flags right in the front section there, just to the right of the large bunker. Oh, catches a down slope. That would have been nice for you. The yesterday pin.
A little unlucky with that one. 211.
Good chance for Kelly Craft here.
Very good chance. Put it out to the right. Let gravity then grab it. Beautiful.
Yeah, well done. They're never easy. Got to just feed them in. So Kelly Craft just 3 back now. 2011 US Amateur Champion. Can he keep firing on all cylinders?
Kevin Kisner from the front of the green here at 17, looking at 38 feet. He'll just try and pick his line, commit to the speed in this putt. Oh, it got bumpy, didn't it? You saw a couple of those little afternoon marks on the Poanya greens, and it just knocked it offline. That may have been a spike mark. This caddy, or one of the caddies, that was Gary Woodland's caddy, pointing it out. A little frustrating, but not much you can do about it. Here's Chris Kirk up the hill after that shot into 15 green came back to the bottom. It's tough to get it back up the hill, but he'll be set up for par. And 17 once again to see if Mullinax can get up and down for par. Mullinax just barely missing, 18 feet, and that will lead to his first birdie, or excuse me, bogey of the afternoon. He had a 3-under round working to that point. Justin Rose at 15, and Rose just below the hole. So the Englishman will tap in and move on to the 16th. He was hoping he had it. He and Justin Timberlake are competing for the Pro-Am title. He has not had as good a day as he was hoping for. Look at our leaderboard, the first page. Things moving along all on the back half of the golf course. Rob Oppenheim at 12 under par. Right now, solo fourth, looking for his best finish on the PGA Tour.
126 yards for Brant Snedeker.
Uphill into the breeze, playing closer to 140. This is a 9-iron.
Hold your line. Right. Hold your line. Come back. It'll come.
Oh, no, it didn't.
Oh, kidding.
Just needed a couple more inches, and that would have come back 6 feet or so. That'll be a tough putt.
He knew when he tugged it that he didn't get the putt he wanted.
That's a 15-footer with about 4 foot of break.
Yeah, exactly, Nick. I was going to say almost as much break as length. Now Jordan.
Just 117. Again, got to be careful with the spin. This is a pitching wedge. Little abbreviated follow through, flooding it in low.
And he will have a straight uphill putt. Oh, it's still feeding away down to where Dustin Johnson was earlier. That'll get back to almost the fringe. So 22 feet or so left for his birdie. Still hitting all the greens. It's a good sign. It's all he has to do at 12.
This was earlier, a little chip for Oppenheim. And it got away from him. And now live for par.
That's when your putting grip on that chip shot is very useful to keep it a little softer. So it's a decent shot off the tee, gets a bad kick and a quick bogey 4.
And drops back to tied fourth with Dustin Johnson, Gary Woodland. Okay, in the team competition, we're back here at 18. Streelman and Larry Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald's made a 6, net 5. So their team, oh, wait and see what happens with Ken Duke and Carson Daly. They're on the other side of the golf course playing the 9th hole with a 1-shot lead. And you see Tony Finau and Josh Duhamel third. Great showing. Kelly Kraft, he lives in Dallas and he plays a lot of golf with Jordan Spieth.
That is a 5-iron on the way, just left of the flag.
He's within 3 of the lead, Donnie. He's 2 clear of third right now. It's a fine shot. This is a huge day for him.
Well, here's a guy who's only had 1 top 10 ever in his career on the PGA Tour.
Now at the 9th, his final hole, sporting a 10 handicap, Carson Daly. He and his professional teammate Ken Duke, look at that shot. Come here with a 1-shot lead. Beautiful play by Carson. And over at the 12th, Dustin Johnson ready to fire at this 196-yard par 3.
That's a 5-iron as well for Dustin.
Seems like he's been, oh, I was just going to say that was a lot of club to me. 5-iron, downhill. He chipped it and still went long.
PGA Tour average for green size is about 6,000 square feet here at Pebble Beach. 3,500, smallest set of greens on tour. And this one, Peter, is 2,900, I'm told. Chris Dalhammer, the superintendent here, I was talking to him about the greens and the changes. This one's not many hole locations on it with this slope as well.
No, but he's got it coming up right up the throat of the green. Just needs to get enough speed to get it there.
So hard to get it up the hill on these putts. Very, very slow. Quite steep there. That'd be a good 3% slope.
And the last thing you want is to put it that far past the hole. Now I'm going to say that the center of the cup for this putt for Snedeker is probably around 9 o'clock. It should be making a hard turn to the right.
Yes.
As it dies.
Mm-hmm. Yes, if you look at a hole like a clock face, 6 o'clock obviously right in the center at the front, try and figure out where you think the ball's going to enter the cup based on the amount of slope. And I would agree, Peter, this is going in at 9 o'clock. It might even go in at 11 o'clock at the right speed.
It could go at 10 or 11. You're exactly right.
Yeah, that really was a good try. Good speed. But he's still 5 back. We've got 14th, the par 5. 18, the par 5, but there's not that many birdie chances. You really had to go get it done in that opening 9, didn't you, Peter? That's what he had to do. Past champions here, Toby Wilt and Brandt Snedeker, good friends. Toby actually endowed the scholarship that Brandt went to Vanderbilt on.
Actually, he's a member of the Golf Club of Tennessee, as is 3/4 of this foursome. His partner Brandt's a member, and so is Jake Owen.
Toby apparently was joking with Brandt last night about maybe giving Jordan an honorary membership there at the Golf Club of Tennessee. We have all 4 of them as members there. Jake Owen, of course, the other. And Toby's actually going to be inducted into the Tennessee Golf Foundation Hall of Fame, along with his great friend Mike Kaplan. A lot of work those gentlemen do for the Tennessee Golf Foundation and the First Tee. So well done, gentlemen. Mike Kaplan and Toby Wilton being inducted into the Hall of Fame there in Nashville. Good job. Keep up the good work. Given every bit of attention to this one up the hill, Peter. Well, he's doing what he has to do. He's hitting the greens and not doing anything silly.
Well, when you play with that big a lead, you got so many options strategy-wise that it can get confusing.
At 12.
DJ's get some hang time with this one, Donnie.
Yeah, it's got an area about the size of a pie plate to work with. And again, that's another situation. Where do I want to play the next one from? And that was a very good option.
Snedeker made his par at 11, and meanwhile over at 9, Ken Duke. Again with Carson Daly leading the Pro-Am by 1. This was earlier, so par is going to hold off Streelman and Fitzgerald. And now Carson live has this putt for birdie, net eagle. Oh, Carson actually began his broadcast career just up the road in San Jose doing FM radio. And he played competitive golf as a junior, including in AJGA events against Tiger Woods. He got a partial golf scholarship to Loyola Marymount, where he was a theology student. And really now you look at it, all they really have got to concern themselves with, you would think, would be Spieth and Owen, but they're 6 behind. Let's go to 12. Yeah. Boy, that'd be some incredible accomplishment to add to his distinguished career. A title, name on the back of the first tee at Pebble Beach, where all the Pro-Am winners are remembered since this event came here in 1947. Where's Kelly Craft looking to make a substantial move in the FedEx Cup standings, and really a runner-up finish alone would change a lot as far as the arc of his career. He had to really scratch and claw his way through the Web.com finals last year to get his card. And not only he passed U.S. Amateur winner, but that got him to the 2012 Masters, where he made the cut as an amateur. So Dustin Johnson is stalking. He played the first 3 days with Jordan Spieth. He was waiting back on the tee. Dustin not getting a lot of the firepower going in this round that he needed.
No. Some players are having a real tough time picking the clubs. That's a good 3, though.
Boy, how about the save he had at 9? Beautiful pitch. And straight up and down from behind the 12. Why are they having a difficult time pulling a club here?
Well, they're either looking to try and play full shots all the time or half shots, and you keep picking that slight breeze wrong, and it doesn't work.
13.
Rob Oppenheim over there in the right rough with those 3 bunkers. He's got a really good angle. And you can see this hole again go way in the back left. Just don't want to go over this green. That would be very slick and very tough to get up and down. So you'll see everybody underneath this. Let's go back to 12.
Jordan ready to play with a 6-iron.
Be right. Come on, be the number.
It's got to be. Wow, just shows you that Dustin Johnson had the wrong club with a 5.
You know, the wind is swirling just enough, Nick, that you got to really pick a shot, a club in a moment.
Wow, at sea level, he's just hit a 6-iron. I know it's downhill a bit, but it's gone carried over 200 yards. Off a tee peg.
Right now, the wind is helping from the right.
That had to look really good from the tee. It went right over the flagstick.
Well, he's going to feel good if the wind's off the right all the way in. With that little fade, you just bank that hold off fade up, and unlikely to produce any poor shots. It could be as easy as that.
On line with 96.
See, Brandt knows with the right to left wind, and he draws it. If he slings it on the wind, it could go forever.
You've got the right one. It's just this nice smooth one. Okay.
Yeah. Scotty Vail telling him the 6-iron that he's holding is the right club, just a smooth one. Pretty good sales job going on right here. I'm not sure if Brandt's buying it right now.
This has been going on too much, Peter. Every hole. They took forever on the 8th, and they got that one wrong. 9 was a really poor shot. 10 comes up short.
Doesn't make any difference what the club is if he can't commit to it.
Yeah, that's maybe the major problem. Might be trying to fade this one now. And he's probably not comfortable fading it and pulls it, you see. So hasn't really got the shot. So if he didn't, he knew if he drew it was going to go forever on the wind. So he tried to cut one but wasn't comfortable. Scared he might chop it up and it would then come down super short or miss it right, and then you come over the top a touch.
14.
Third shot for Jason Day. Remember yesterday he made a double bogey here. This just a moment ago. Whoa! That's the way to make up for the double. Well, more than likely he's not going to go on and win today, but at least he's got some vindication there at 14. Jumped up into a share of 4th place now at 11 under.
13th tee, playing kind of the front tee box, so 285 over the bunker on the left that goes all the way down, and then 3 bunkers on the right, and they ended about 285. And that's going to be lodged in that bunker over there on the right-hand side. Just a 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour. Gilligan's Island.
At 18, Cameron Percy of Australia, as he is set to play his 3rd shot here. Percy with a good week. All things considered, picking up important FedEx Cup points. If he can hang on, he has a chance to get into the field at the next event for a full field, the Genesis Open. He can move on. He shares 10th on the leaderboard right now. He would need that birdie to really solidify things. Here's Chris Kirk, 3rd at 16. Missed the green, now playing down this fall line. And that's going to leave a lengthy putt for par, more than he wanted. He expected this one to run out quite a bit more. The wind is coming in from the right side of 16, but that was not what he was hoping for. 3rd at 18, Kevin Kisner inside of 15 feet. Took a pass right at the flag. Good looking shot coming in. Now Justin Rose. Rose playing alongside Chris Kirk. And Rose will not be able to get it to the cup. So he has slipped to 4 under par. He is 1 over today. And just not having the weekend he was hoping for. Shot a 68 yesterday. Things were going along well. But after a 1 over start on the Monterey Peninsula Country Club on Thursday, hasn't been able to get as much going on this finishing round. Shane Lowry is 3rd here at 18. And that'll lead to a nice, easy putt for birdie. So Lowry looking to finish with a 4 here at 18. Now Kirk for par. And he misses it, so that will cost him a shot.
Familiar figure of Justin Timberlake at the par 3. 176 yards today for the amateurs.
Ian, how about that exhibition he put on yesterday with his short game? How about that?
Yeah, he was a highlight reel on his own yesterday, including a chip in for par here, and that is going to be a long putt for Justin Timberlake. Well, yesterday it all started. Justin Rose, his fellow partner here in the Pro-Am competition, was taking a little selfie. He should have taken a movie selfie because of this shot. Oh, nearly makes a 1. Everyone dreams of making a 1 on 7. As Justin Rose looks on again here from the front right at 16. I told you it was a highlight reel. And then at 17, he had a tough little bunker shot. Popped it out to there. So this for par. Almost a 1 at 7. Here is the shot. I thought he would have tweeted that one out pretty quick. Should have put it on movie though, Justin. That would have gone around the world. I'm sure that one's been liked a number of times. Over to Kelly Craft now.
Well, that was an 8-iron. Had 9 in his hand to begin with.
Didn't go in the rough. It just kind of cuddled right up against that fringe right there, so that'd be fine. No problem. Kelly only 3 shots back. An uncomfortable 3 for Jordan Spieth. Let's go to 12 and we'll find Mr. Spieth.
He's stalking his putt, but it'll be Brandt Snedeker to play first.
Well, he needs
back up the hill, moving a little bit to the right.
He needs a crazy magic on this one. That's 50 feet. Well, that was a very good try.
Snedeker 2 under for the round. Highest make percentage from 15 to 25 feet. This is since the beginning of the 2014-15 season. No surprise there. Jordan's number 1. Maybe a little surprise. Ernie's number 2.
Well, not really. I mean, that was part of Ernie's trademark as well. But the most important thing is people like Rory McIlroy are only making like 8% on those
big
distances.
Difference.
So that's where they're getting seriously demoralized when he goes on a tear.
Got a lot of break here, Peter.
Well, and that's the thing, you know, he's hit the ball solidly, he's put it on the green, but he hasn't put it very often in the ideal location to give himself a reasonable putt at birdie. He's had to putt fairly defensively.
Yeah, well, that's a good quality 6-iron down the hill.
Hasn't given us a lot of highlight material so far, with just a 2-putt birdie at the second.
I think he's getting a little frustrated with pars right about now.
Up ahead 13.
Yeah, I think he's stuck on pars. Hard to get out of that stuck on pars thing. Dustin Johnson, best driver of the tour. Right where you want him, just pitching the ball from the middle of the fairway. That's beautiful right there. Dustin Johnson, he's looking to get to 12 under, which would be 6 shots back as Jordan Spieth now walks majestically towards the 13th tee.
Jordan Spieth coming into this final round. He had a 6-shot advantage. It's now at 3 with that 6-shot differential between first and second. It was the largest 54-hole lead of the season since Justin Thomas led by 7 shots at the Sony Open in Hawaii. Of course, he shot a 59 that week. So the gap has been sewn up a bit. Trey Mullinex now is second at the 18th. And Mullinex bringing it up the right side. That will at least work past the cypress tree, and he'll have a pitch from there, but won't be able to use as much loft as he would like. It didn't appear. Mackenzie Hughes now at 16. And Hughes, after collecting his first birdie at the 12th, he has a chance at his second. This one right at 9 feet. And Hughes, a clean card, a 1-under round. Kevin Kisner now. Kisner at 8 under par. His third, right at 100 yards. Leaves it above the hole. So looking at a quicker putt coming down that fall line there. Luke Donald now at 16. Donald today with 2 birdies, 2 bogeys, an even par round. And if he can make that, he can get to 1 under on the day and 7 under overall.
13.
We're going to have some drama. Oh, we've got some drama.
Yeah, he hit it left here yesterday as well.
That's an announcer's Okay, fighting it off. He knows right there it's left. Something's going to have to happen or he's going to be in trouble. And I can't believe I did that. Fairways and greens, but not here. Snedeker 5 back. You know he's got to do something really quick here. Here, the couple big old trees on the right, those fell down, so they put some bunkers in over there, and I think that's where he's looking. Peter? Yeah. Peter, is that don't do that up in the lip? We're going to find out in a second. Dustin Johnson now for his birdie. Very professional right there by Mr. Johnson. He is at 12 under par, 6 shots back. And now Kelly Craft. We're going to get a good look. This should go pretty good left to right. What's he got out there? A foot, it looks like? Pulled on his line a little bit. Yeah, see that? He hadn't lined up perfect and then kind of pulled it. Just thinking maybe he didn't have enough read on that on the downstroke. That's never a good sign. Good solid par. He's up there in that big check area, so be fun to watch him coming in. Let's go to 14.
John Rahm, just 20 feet away for birdie here at the par 5. Continues his good play. A winner at just 22 years of age. At Torrey Pines 2 weeks ago. One of a long list of very good players under the age of 25 currently on the PGA Tour. So just a par there for John as we go to the tee.
Holy smokes, Ian.
Yeah, really, 135-foot apex. And boy, he might be far enough up there to crack it up there on the green. Huge advantage being able to fly the ball over 300 yards even in these cool conditions. Kelly Craft has been swinging very well.
He's played really very much within himself, Ian. No highs, no lows, hit a lot of fairways, a lot of greens.
Similar apex, 135 feet, that's pretty high. I mentioned yesterday one of 3 SMU grads that have won the US Amateur in the last decade or so. Colton Oast, Big Gravy, 07 US Am, Bryson DeChambeau just a couple of years ago, and Kelly in 2011. 13.
Ooh, came out of the bunker.
Yeah, good lie, a terrible angle, 145 yards. Look for this to be well out to the right, 9 iron.
Right at that tallest tree back there, Peter, that big pine tree or palm tree.
Like I said, he's taking it right at it.
Oh, that's over the green, and that's exactly my reaction. Exactly. Just don't hit it there. We're going to find out what kind of short game he has got. Believe me, it is straight downhill out of the rough. So, again, drama compounding drama, Peter Kostis.
It's never easy, is it?
No, it never is. He is going to go dejectedly towards the green with his most lofted club he can get. As Jordan Spieth is hanging onto a 3-shot lead.
At 18, Trey Mullinax right here on the edge of the green. And Mullinax trying to come across and uphill to see if he can finish with a 4. It's from 57 feet. Turning, trying. That close. Really good effort from Mullinax, but tap in for par is what it will be. Luke Donald down for birdie at the 16th. Donald trying to get to 1 under on the round. 7 under once again. If he can offset that bogey at 15, he is going to run it just past the cup. So a little offline, had decent speed, but that's going to be a tap-in par. At 18, this is one of our amateur players, Fireman. That's looking good. That's in for a birdie. We'll find out if that's a net eagle. Look at his reaction. And Gary Woodland certainly happy to see that, congratulating his partner, and a big smile. Certainly, it's worth it when you have those shots at 18. They bring you back. Now Mackenzie Hughes, that one dips just below the cup. So Mackenzie Hughes missed out on a chance to get to 2 under par. Now Kevin Kisner for birdie. And Kisner, this needs to start working down the hill. Not enough, though.
13.
Well, he was kind of in that lip, Peter Kostis.
Go.
Begging. Golfer begging. Yeah, that's why he was begging. That's getting it up about 35, 40 feet away straight up that hill. Not what he's looking for, but he was not looking for that tee shot either, but he got it. All right, here we go. Peter, what's he got here?
He can slide it under this one. Just landed on the green.
He did. Beautiful. Really good.
He was blessed with a pretty good lie for where he was, Gary.
Yeah, because that's how everybody walks down there, and you can, with them walking that way, you can push that grass down, and he's going right against the grain. I believe, by the way, this is for his 10th birdie of the day, Jimmy?
That's all.
Yeah.
Be a nice thing to be able to say.
Oh,
Come on now.
Go.
You got it. Oh, number 10 it is. It's 5 on each side. How good is that? Round of 65 and into a tie for 4th. Career high for Gary in any single round of his career. Good place to be able to say you did it.
Yeah, especially on these greens. Yeah, you'll remember that. You're right. That was so a memory. 10 birdies at Pebble Beach on a beautiful day.
I didn't think it was that easy, Nick. They got the holes cut and corners and everything else. 10 birdies. The guy's pretty good. All right, Mr. Kostis. There we go. There's my beach right there. Dogs, cats. Why don't you ever take a cat to the beach? Anybody know? Walk your cat?
Hey.
Why is it just dogs?
After yesterday, I saw someone bring a monkey to the golf tournament.
You saw a monkey? Did you say monkey? Don't, Jim. Do not get me started again.
No, we can't.
Come on, Snats, get us going here, huh? Get some fire and ice going here. Come on, he's got the ice part of it. Oh, no, that rambles by, goes over Jordan's ball mark. Jordan's going to get a good read. He didn't need that. Just nothing quite happening right for Sneds. This putt, Peter Costas, no fun at all. Downhill, got to hang it over there on the left, let it bobble down there.
Yeah, well, these length putts have to be outside the hole. They carry some stress with them.
Jordan's going to take it off something there and move that. That's easy to do, except when you get on the senior tour, you forget to move it back most of the time. At least that's what I found.
Jake Owen now for a natural birdie.
And he just plowed that one through the break after watching Snedeker do the same thing. Here we go, Arnie Award, presented by Golf Digest. We know a couple of these guys, don't we? Look at them. Doug McKenzie on the right over there, Jerry Tardy, Golf Digest. Of course, Jake in the middle, and there's Phil in one of his very expensive suits. House being renovated over there on the right. Let's go to 14.
And Rob Oppenheim is just sort of feeding off. He's a huge New England Patriots fan, and he's just feeding off that win last Sunday with his emotions this week. And his partner, Bill Perocchi, might be the biggest of all Patriots fans. You got a little bit of a rush of blood there, though, trying to make a birdie and try and get up there in that top 5. He's at 11 under. Back 1 to 13.
I never like to have somebody putting on my line, Gary, if they didn't hit it with the speed that I wanted to hit mine at.
Well, the good thing is you can turn around and look at the ocean. That's a pretty nice view right there if you don't want to watch. Oh, God, here we go. Worm cam. See how he dresses it. Okay, perfect right there. Look at that. Whoa, see that? You got to have the conviction of getting it out there with the right speed. That was beautiful right there. But he's kind of muttering to himself, we got to drive it better, got to get the ball closer to the hole, make some birdies. Because it's all about drama, and right now we haven't got much drama. Except all those people out there walking their cats on that beautiful beach. What's the name of that beach, Jim? Right there? By my house? There. What's that?
That would be Carmel Beach.
Carmel Beach. You ever walk your dog on Carmel Beach or your cat? You don't have a dog, do you?
No, hey,
yeah.
When you travel every week, you can't.
No, you can't.
But I've been on that beach.
Jim, there it is.
Hundreds
of
times.
There it is. There's my place.
That is.
I'm going to invite you over. Right there, we'll sit out and watch.
Please do.
Yeah.
I've never had a chance to
watch the waves lap
walk your property.
It's beautiful.
I've been on the beach down below with the family countless times.
Bring some lawn furniture and stuff, because I haven't got it. I haven't got this thing. No furniture in it at all. All right, Peter Costas, we got to hammer this left edge, not outside the hole. Worm cam again.
Perfect view.
Yeah. He's got it outside the hole. God, it was a good stroke, wasn't it? Wow. Straight back, straight through. No, nothing on that one. That was beautiful. But as you can see, a bunch of pars, 3-shot lead. FedEx, last 5 FedEx champions. You can see 2012, Henrik Stenson, Billy Horschel, Jordan Bryant Center. We got all the show ponies up there. And right now, Ducky after that win in Phoenix. Justin won all the other ones, basically. He's in second. Let's go to 14.
Very important putt here for Rob. Just a bit too frisky on the first one, trying to make a birdie from long range. That's a shame. Only 2 bogeys on the card the last 2 days. Just a sloppy 3-putt there for him. Has to finish in the top 10 to get in the tournament next week. Jordan Spieth, after that beautiful up and down. And Carmel Beach A little slice of doggy heaven. Or the cats. He's chasing him.
Luke Donald, lengthy try here at the 17th for birdie. Another chance to get to 7 under par. This will need to cover 40 feet. And Luke Donald coming up just inches short of the cup. He has been experiencing that type of day. A couple of birdies on the card, a couple of bogeys. So the former world #1 just tapping that in and hoping that he'll have a good enough game this year to get back in the winner's circle. The same can be said for Nick Watney, who's at 7 under. Watney with his 3rd here at 18. Watney, 123 yards. That's going to find the opposite side of the green here at 18. That's going to leave a putt back up and then starting to move left to right towards the front of the green. Nick Taylor now for birdie at 17. Tries to put his eyes right over the line of the putt. And that's a beautiful birdie made at 17 for Nick Taylor. So as he brushes that in, it was a 22-footer that fell. Back-to-back birdies for Taylor at 16 and 17 to get to 8 under. Back to the par 5 finishing hole. And Robert Garrigus, that one will run out about 10 feet past the cup. So Garrigus is going to try and get up and down for a birdie if he can. Mackenzie Hughes now for birdie. This at 17. Barely missed the one at 16. Looks like the same fate here. And it might have been a little bumpy. We might have seen a little bit of that Poanya have an effect on the stroke.
Okay, back at 14. Kelly Crafts decided to play it from there, even though he's standing on the path.
Well, the lie was so good, Ian. I don't think you could risk not taking advantage of the lie just for having your heels hang over the edge.
Good crisp divot. Yeah, beautifully played. Good aggressive shot too. He continues to be aggressive. I like that. He's hit a lot of shots in close. Back on the tee. Oh, he's done it again. Jordan said yesterday he was fighting that hook a little bit. Lots of positive vibes down there in the crowd. Now Dustin.
We talked how much this area of his game has improved. Another illustration.
Yeah, he just spot on the number. I was a little surprised, Dottie, that he laid back so far when he could have got up there around the green with his second. I'll get back to you there. Now Snedeker. Smoked it. He knew just a yard or so in the fairway. Perfect.
Well, it's time now for the Aflac trivia question. With a win today, Jordan would become the youngest player to win 9 times on the tour since
Who?
How can we give him a clue?
It's going to be hard not to give it away with a clue.
Very good with a 1-iron.
Oh, I like that one. I like that one a lot. Here. I will give it a year.
That might have gave it away, Jim.
That might have. Nick does that sometimes. 14.
Come on, Kelly Craft for another. No. You know, he's only made 39 feet of putts today in those 6 birdies. All under 7 feet. So he's hitting it in close. If he could just hold 1 or 2 more putts. He's only 3 back. Just goes to show how tough it is to win out here and how good the depth is these days.
Big difference how this hole is played this year, Ian, since I did change this green, the green that now has sub-air under it.
Mm-hmm.
which is running actually right now, but it's almost a quarter of a shot easier than it was a year ago. Big difference.
I agree, Dottie. It's so much better.
Oh,
It's for so long we were saying, boy, if they just got to reinstate 17 and 14 to the way they were intended, and they've done it, and it really has made a big difference. All the players love it.
and now they'll be doing 13 not too far down the road either.
It happens over time.
Well, things settle. Green speeds are a little faster.
And like Rob Oppenheim, the group before him, he's sort of hit that through the break. Looks like Jordan's laying up.
Yeah, he's got about 321. Not a bad angle, actually, for a layup from over here, but this is the second left tug driver in a row.
Yes, he said yesterday, Peter, he'd been fighting the hook, and he hooked it up the left side of 8, a little steery. Hooked the last couple of drives, so let's see what happens coming in. Straight in, Dustin. Firm and straight. There you go. Loves it here, 2 times a champion. Played very well in the 2010 US Open as well here at Pebble. Brandt laying up.
Down.
Yeah, just over 300 for Brandt.
Down. Plug. Yep. Perfect now. Oh.
I guess it listened. So that's perfect. Brandt Snedeker with a chance for a birdie. But Jordan Spieth leads Kelly Craft by 3 shots here. On a beautiful afternoon at Pebble Beach. The AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am.
Second at 18 for Chris Kirk. And the green looking like it's just over his left shoulder. He starts it out well to the right and trying to turn this over, and it will sit on that very expansive portion of the fairway. It just opens up, fanning out, and that's just a nice wedge coming in from there. So Kirk smartly playing away from the flag, not tempted by that. Now Jeff Ogilvy, and this is work at 15 from the fairway. 6 under par. He has lost 3 shots after taking it to 9 under. So needs to get something good going. This is just from 105. And that one coming down below the flag, and he will have a decent look at birdie from there. He had birdies at 7, 9, and 11, and then lost all 3 of those shots with bogeys at 12, 13, and 14. Now Rose. From one former major title holder to another. Rose working here at the last, and that's on. So Rose reaching in 2. Terrific swing and shot from 249 out after a drive of 275. He's coming off bogey, by the way, at 17, so Rose would love to straighten that out. Derek Fathauer now alongside Ogilvy and Oppenheim. This from 93 yards. Had a nice drive of 311 off the tee. If he can get it to the top of the green, that will be a chance to pick up birdie. So Fathauer looking at a 14-footer for a 3. Jordan Spieth just fighting his swing a little bit. Trouble off the tee, but the rough not too much of a concern. So Spieth up by 3 shots, trying to see if he can set himself up for a look at birdie at the par 5 14th. That's not an easy par 5 necessarily, but it's still one that these players look at, expect to try and attack for at least a shot at birdie. There's been 1 eagle today compared to 13 birdies at 14, but we've also seen 14 bogeys at the par 5. So we'll see if Spieth can give himself a chance to increase that lead once again, take it back to 4 shots if he can.
Meanwhile, up on the 15th, making sense to me. Nice iron. Couple of bunkers down the left behind that those bushes. No need to pound it down there. It's only 400 yards. Pete, have a look at that one for us.
With our Konica Minolta BizHub Swing Vision camera, I'm not sure anybody gets more shoulder rotation against their lower body than does Dustin. Just a tremendous athlete, a lot of mid-thoracic flexibility, and just explodes through the golf ball with the legs. Powerful golf swing.
To 14.
Okay, then yeah, 30's good.
I've got Jordan at 116 yards uphill into the breeze, playing probably closer to 135.
Yeah, the elevation would make it 124.
I looked up and saw them walking across.
That's okay.
Well, he's going to wait a
Reset.
little bit as the group off the 15th tee is walking.
Yep.
He's never birdied this hole, Peter.
Yep.
Really?
And he's been under par in every round this year, and he's only 1 under today, so I'm sure he'd love to keep that stat going. And change the other one, of course.
And this is a pretty good line if it's the right distance.
Oh, just got some left spin. It's okay. It's just off the edge. He might putt that, or as good a chipper as he is, he could chip it in. It's definitely the best side of the flag to be on, Peter. You can be a bit more aggressive from the left. Over to 16.
We're going to find Mr. Rahm just looking right down the top of that flag stick. See if they can pick the right instrument there. Crawls up. Okay, that's fine. It'll be a little kind of a swooping right to left putt there for his birdie. John's 3 under for the day, 11 under for the tournament, and we're going to go back to the 15th tee.
Yep, we'll find Kelly Kraft. Still second alone, 3 back, and 2 better than third.
Or well, no, 11 beyond it, so 102. Okay.
The 102 is the yardage he has left over the flagstick to the back of the green. He's got 86 actual yards. Again, probably playing 105.
Snedeker, like we just showed Spieth, looking for his 9th win on tour as well.
Sand wedge, asking for it to get down.
Spin.
Ian, I talked to Jordan. He came up to me and he said, this is the hardest par 5 we play all year long. I said, we just said that you've never birdied it. He goes, heck, I've hardly ever hit the green in regulation.
And he still hasn't, Peter.
And that's what he said. He said, I still haven't.
Oh, and it's better now that they've flattened out that surface, lowered the bunker cut line. 16.
John Rahm going to give it a fling now from about 18 feet. Can you get it high enough? Because it'll go straight left at the hole. Yeah, there it goes. Just kind of jumps off the plank there right at the end. And good solid par.
I'm sure your man's going to play it next week, Gary, is he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he could be a
Going to play
serious dark horse, isn't he?
I mean, look at every week he's up there.
Yeah.
Every week. This is no longer, well, you know, you got kind of lucky there. No, 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 no. Every week. You hit it long. You hit it straight. You putt good. Yeah. He's going to be pretty good. 17.
The new Streamline J Day. 7 iron. Unfortunate bogey at the last after the eagle at 14, though. Oh, that's a beauty.
Yeah, and he was 10 under par after 36 holes. It's taken him another 35 to maybe get to 11 under.
Yes, it's been an up and down week, hasn't it, for Jason Day? He's 10 under, that one to get to 11, so could still be a top 5 finish with another birdie or 2. On beautiful Monterey Peninsula Country Club down there below. 36 holes of great golf. Jordan Spieth, he is 3 in front.
Now an opportunity for birdie at 15. Jeff Ogilvy trying to erase some of the damage that he's encountered over the last 3 holes. He's lost 3 shots. This is to get 1 back. And he has it. Up the hill, turning left, and that was much needed. So Ogilvy won his major championship in 2006 at Winged Foot. Multiple World Golf Championships titles as well. 18 now, bottom of the green. And Justin Rose is for eagle. 43 feet, and that's quick. Well, into the grain, uphill, and it's going to lose speed as it climbs. Still an aggressive putt for Rose, so a chance to pick up his birdie coming back, but still a little work left. Now, Derek Fathauer, and Fathauer, after a good approach from less than 100 yards coming in, and that just stays above the hole until it passes the cup. So a miss for Fathauer. He has 2 birdies on the back 9, still 1 over today, though. So that means things will hold at 7 under for Fathauer. Came through the 3rd round with a 2 over 73 after moving it to 11 under at one point. This for birdie at 18. Chris Kirk to wrap things up. And just below the hole. So Kirk, a couple of feet left to finish his up. And he'll be done. And Kirk just knocks it in for a par at 18, a 1 over finish on the day, and a 4 under score.
That's a beautiful view, isn't it? 14 green, Snedeker to putt first.
Putting back toward the ocean, so this could be fairly quick.
Hasn't had a birdie since the 6th. He was 3 under through 6. He did everything he had to do early, but then the bogey at 9's just derailed him, Peter.
There's no mojo in this group, Ian. It's just kind of like blah.
Yeah, we haven't seen many birdies, have we? Or any. No. Let's go to 15.
Well, you know they're out there when Gary Woodland can make 10 of them.
This guy's made a few too. Didn't get off to a great start, but has picked up the pace. That's an 8-iron.
We've been on the air nearly a couple of hours, and Spieth has not made a birdie, nor has Snedeker during that time.
Well, Spieth made, 3 days, 7 a day.
Let's go to 14.
Yeah, he hasn't made a birdie since a 2-putt birdie at 2. Maybe he can break the jinx here at 14. No, little slower from that side.
Just looked over at Michael Greller and said, "This is unbelievable."
No bogeys for 24 holes though for him, but just the 1 birdie today. Over to 15.
Yeah, this was earlier, Kraft.
And as we've said so many times on this second 9, a 9-iron for a second shot.
Yeah, great angle. I love the way he rotates that club face open through and past impact. Kind of never going to hit a hook doing that.
Jordan Spieth cruising so far. A whole lot of pars, but no one else taking charge. He's still in front by 3.
Nick Taylor is at 18. Taylor trying to finish up with a look at birdie. 8 under par and riding a nice string right now. He could finish with 3 in a row if he could set himself up here. This from 140 yards. Now this to the back of the green. He had a decision to make from 260 out and chose to lay up. And he had taken it into a fairway bunker on the right side, and that was really the biggest of the problems. Scott Stallings, 10 under par. Really attacks the golf ball. This one left and into that bunker. Now it goes up against the back edge. That's not going to be an easy lie. We saw something like that from Kevin Streelman earlier today, and it's going to be a tough stance. 3rd for Luke Donald at 18. And Luke, this one over the top of the flag, deepest part of the green, coming back though. So that will leave about 28 feet for Luke, and you'll see if he can break that level par score. John Rahm is at 11 under, and Rahm at 17. The Spaniard just took the golf world by storm with that eagle putt at the 18th hole at Torrey Pines, the south course. He'll reset. Might have been just a bug flying around near the golf ball. Robbed him of his concentration. Set to go, though. And Rahm, this to the center of the putting surface, bottom of the green.
Let's go to 15.
And it's a slow one for Dustin Johnson, up away from the ocean, uphill on this green also.
Let's go to 17.
Just a little earlier, Jason Day, after a beautiful 7-iron to here. Good solid wrap in the back of the cup. So, nice start. But the eagle at 14, he gave one back at 16, but yesterday was 3 bogeys and a double in 5 holes. Derailed him back at 15T.
Well, I think it's time to forget all the frustrations. You are 3 shots ahead with 4 holes to play. That's the most important thing.
And this will be well positioned. They have a good angle from over here on the left side now.
Up ahead on the green. Kraft would like to cut this deficit to 2. Birdie on the way.
It's bobbled and it's slowed up. You can see that golf ball gripping into the grain.
Back on the tee, Snedeker. There is out of bounds right and left here. What about this tee shot, Peter?
You know, it's fairly benign today because the wind's helping a little bit from the right, just a fairway metal.
It's just
this
one.
Is well positioned down the right side.
Yeah, you go right of center. There's one little pot bunker to avoid. Left of center. That's perfect.
Maybe down the stretch here, we'll see some fireworks from the final group. Spieth, though, is all about winning. Trying to get number 9 at the age of 23 years, 6 months.
Taylor with his look at birdie here at the last. This will be a little quick, and it's going to go quickly left to right. You can see the line he's looking at. It's from 33 feet. It still is going to head towards the bottom of the green, and it did not move enough early on in that putt to get it going closer to the cup. So Taylor left with about 5 feet. He was looking for 3 straight birdies to finish, but now at risk of missing his par. Oh, that's a good shot. Coming out of that bunker, front of green here at 17. Kevin Chappell. Give himself a chance at par. Be a nice scrambling save there. Back to 18. Mackenzie Hughes. Up the hill. This will move to his left. Chance to get to 9 under. It's not going to get there, though. He is inside of the mark of Nick Taylor, but not by much. He's looking at a 3.5-foot putt. So both of those players missing the mark. This is that tough lie we were talking about earlier with Scott Stallings. Takes the club back quickly up in the air, creates a steep angle, and just trying to get it out. That was a lot like the shot of Kevin Streelman earlier, and it just shows you how crafty these pros are, and they can seemingly get out of those tough jams that the amateurs would have a nightmare with. Luke Donald now. That's a quick putt just past the cup.
15.
Brandt Snedeker now 146 yards. Got a 9-iron. And Nick, it seems like all day long he's been in between clubs.
Well, yes, really. Finally.
Easy.
Finally he gets a good yardage.
Great shot, bud.
See, the pitch mark was 1.5 feet away. Rolls out about 15 feet. Now, this is where we saw Kelly Craft in the group ahead.
It's going to be a little damp in that hollow. You can see the size of those divots.
Yeah, he was on the upslope a lot. Used the 1 club length relief under lift, clean, in place, so he's positioned it as best he could. 122 yards.
Just chip a wedge.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be. I would look for an abbreviated follow through here.
Can he keep it like a yard or two right of the flag? And it digs in and it's off all the way back down to the probably the front of the green, or pretty close to it. There's a little damp uphill lie. We all know when we've hit it, you can feel it. You can feel the spin. You know what it's going to do on the green, how it's going to react.
Well, when you've got soft greens, Nick, and the hole locations are fairly deep in the green, it's going to be a frustrating day trying to get it close.
16.
I've got a couple bunkers out there from that tee that are about 265 to them. So
Second straight option to drive. He's gone with an iron. Smart play.
Yep, play behind him there, and he'd be looking right down at that green that sits below the players. And let's go to the 18th. What are we going to do with the wood over here, Nick? What do we got? Ooh, good lie.
With that, it's close to out of bounds, right on the other side of that cart path. White stakes.
It's going to be a really big hit. Maybe get it into the front bunker. That would be pretty darn good with the front pin.
Rocket shot from Day.
Even he couldn't get it. Now he's left himself an awkward little pitch. Little thin. Only went 260 through the air.
16.
Same kind of deal. Find a club that goes about 250. Kelly Craft's got that little utility club. Everybody likes it. A smattering of applause. Not overwhelmed by the shot, but it's a layup. Perfect. Par 3, 17, Mr. Rahm birdie putt.
Yeah, get used to seeing this young fella. Once again, up there in the top 10. Played well again last week after winning at the Farmers 2 weeks ago. Just to tap in for the par. Everyone leaving it short there today at 17, just a little uphill. So he'll be in a tie with Jason Day at the moment. 11 under par, tie for 6th. Currently 5th in the FedEx Cup standings.
You're looking at the 15th green.
Jordan Spieth next to play from just outside of 40 feet back up the slope.
Yeah, pretty decent hook in this one as well, Peter.
Yes, and difficult to get it to the hole. It's going to be slow. Boy, he gave that a wrap.
Look, he hit it high, and
here it comes.
Down. Yeah, that's beautifully judged.
Turning sideways at the end.
Just to knock off another hole. There's 3 up with 3 to play at this present time.
And at 18, Rahm.
Yeah, if you're thinking of lengthening your swing, don't bother. Takes it back to shoulder height, pounds it. That gives you. It is playing very long along the beach.
Back over at 15. You see the Pro-Am competition with Ken Duke and Carson Daly. They've been finished for about an hour. 2-shot lead. Spieth and Owen. Our 5 back here is Jake Owen for a birdie.
Only had about a 40-yard pitch shot after his driver.
He went to Florida State, Peter, to play some golf, but his golf career got derailed because of an accident. Picked up a guitar, and
I think he's doing just fine.
Yeah, and he still gets to play all the golf he wants. Talking to Toby Wilt, Brandt's longtime friend and partner here in this tournament, past winner of this event. Now let's see if we can get Stedeker on the board with a birdie. It's been a while.
Hits the glow wall up the hill.
Both professionals in this group have done a magnificent job of muttering today.
They both have parred every hole on the second side. 16.
Stuck on pars. Just stuck on pars. Kelly Craft. 3 back. 3 back.
Chippy 8 there, Gary. Little wind from the right.
Trying to get it. Where you've got to get it is the other side of the hole, putting back up the hill. That's the only way to make it on this green, because these putts from 30 feet, you're just lagging, trying to get it close, because there's severe slope where that hole is cut. So let's see if Dustin can get it below the hole to the left.
Not going to happen.
Not going to happen. Yeah, that'll just be a layup putt from there, too. That'll be a big sweeping hook from there. Somewhere down towards those shadows. You see down there? That's kind of where you want it. All right, back on the tee. We know what we've got. We've got one little bunker out there that's only 212 over it. That's bunker I got to avoid. Now, these guys, there's 2 more bunkers down the right. And those are right now, Peter, 265, I believe. So, and something left of those with utility club. Try to take it over that front bunker you see right there that they won't even look at.
Yeah, this is much better positioned than yesterday. Yesterday he was a yard from trouble from that right bunker, but today very nicely positioned.
18.
Day, 3rd shot.
Just clip it across the corner.
Oh, isn't that nice? A little soggy from there. Moist conditions with all this rain we've had in the Pebble Beach, state of California, the last couple of months. Live clean in place for the week, but there's certain spots you get on the golf course. It's hard to find, a lie that you're going to feel that good about.
It's going to be a little soft and squidgy as well, taking your stance.
Back to 16.
Pretty good look right there. If you hit it too far, you're going to put it right in the ocean. I don't think anybody can do that. No. Sneds was some kind of utility. 19 a Greer.
I think that's his lofted fairway metal, and he's hung that out to the right just a little bit.
It's kind of be blocked over there from trees on the second shot. Where'd that go? Underneath the ground?
That is plugged.
It? Oh, that looks, I don't know where it is. All right, Peter Casas, bring us closer here to these 2 golf swings, would you?
With our Konica Minolta Biz Hub Swing Vision camera. Again, I think Jordan's getting the club in an absolutely ideal position at the top of the backswing. Good full 90 degrees of turn. And as he starts forward, straightens the left leg, kind of posts up into that left hip. Really gets some good acceleration of his arms past his body. Now with Brandt, much quicker tempo, setting the angle with the hands a little bit more. And as he starts back down, take note of his lower body again. Rolls beautifully off the inside of the right foot. That's old school right there.
We've got Jordan Spieth. He's in the lead by 3 over Kelly Craft. Okay, Dottie Pepper, Kelly Craft here. This is just a little prod down this hill.
Just tap it and then hold your breath.
And remember, these greens have had a lot of rain. As you can see, that ball just kind of wanders down there about 3.5 feet past. Now earlier, from just over 20 feet, it's a hard breaking right to left.
It's got to have at least 5 feet of break in it.
Watch this. Yeah, There you go. He's 3 under par in the back 9. He's got something going here. There you see the 3 birdies, nicely spaced. And now Dustin gets into a tie for 3rd at 13 under. Now this will be live. Kelly Craft coming back up the hill. Now this is where you want the putt for a birdie. A little farther back there, 5-6 feet, right? That seems dead straight up the hill, but no one can get it down there. nobody really putting any pressure on Jordan as Jordan is muttering. There, that's why we didn't see it. It came to an abrupt halt. Left clean in place, though. That lie will be fantastic in a moment. Get all the dirt off it.
It's just flicking around.
Definitely some hurt on this.
Yep, I'm with you.
And it's 60 hole.
61.
61.
Yep, 66 behind.
61's playing 60, almost 70 right this second.
Right now, yeah.
Right about the number, right?
Correct.
You like that?
I do. Good posture.
Michael Greller, we're playing 170. Uh-oh. We're going to redo this here,
Right
Peter.
now.
It's still, if you look at this flag here, it's still off your right a good amount too.
Okay.
It's okay if it's just short.
Man,
Jordan does have an angle where he can see the flag stick.
Well,
This is an 8-iron.
watch Kelly Craft get
But
his
it's blowing
par.
harder, it's blowing the whole day right into it.
Look, you
How
got-
far am I playing the shot?
You gotta turn
Huh?
You gotta be short.
Right on the number? It's playing 170 with a hole, so 65?
Yeah.
All right.
Below it's good all
All right,
day.
I like it.
Below it is good all day. That's exactly right when you got a 3-shot lead playing the 16th hole.
I tell you what, the wind is freshening now. He's going to have to get all of this to get it down there. Driving it in fairly low.
Yeah, you need one more, but you're not going to hit one more
Yeah,
because
that's
that
fine.
gives you evil. And that's just straight up the hill right there from about 30, somewhere around in there. Again, 2-putt pars are good at this particular stage, as you are 3 shots clear and 5 shots clear of the next score. Good position to be in. Let's go to 18.
And this is 2. Just 3 feet away, 3.5 feet for birdie. And 8 shots lower than yesterday on this very same course. 67. Puts him in a tie for 5th. Back to Gary, 16.
Snedeker now 161, blind shot. Flag stick obscured by the big tree on the right.
That will be a birdie chip. Left of the green, in the shadows. Oh, this should be interesting.
Yeah, this is Bill Perocchi. He knows these greens better than anyone, CEO of the Pebble Beach Company. Putted it up there through the fringe. Watch this. This is right on line. And with the 17 handicap, gets a shot here at the 17th. So
That is one of the greatest putts of the entire week.
it was one of the best I've seen for sure. He was so happy and proud last year, Jimmy, when he could give a $1 million check from the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am to his Boys and Girls Club in Lawrence, up in Massachusetts, where he grew up. He and his wife Nancy, great people. And riding the wave is, if not the biggest Pat supporter, certainly top 5. Great to see. At 18.
And we got John Rahm on the attack in 2.
Must be from about 275, but loses it. Oh, is he going to be? Oh, pops out.
They can get stuck up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, dicey little shot from there. Rahm right now at 11 under, 7th place. Now let's go back to 16.
Kind of an unforced error from the middle of the fairway. And another unforced error when he left it short and he's 5 back. But it was a very nice pitch shot. Let's go to 17.
Dustin Johnson coming off the birdie.
And he had a 6-iron in his hand and switched to a 7. Little breeze from the right.
What it could have been today, Dottie, if he hadn't made 6 on 6.
The 2 par 5s on the front 9 where you would think he would make a move. He actually went backwards.
Yeah, unusual for Dustin Johnson. 1 over on the 5s. Let's go to the last one of the group.
Looks like a good lie here for
Yeah.
Rahm. Pop this one up. Hey, isn't that nice?
It always helps when you get on a little bit of upslope.
17.
Kelly Craft has really been striking the ball well all day.
Well, he's continued to play aggressively, which I think has been the biggest key. That's a 6-iron.
I like that right shoulder down low and through. Really good stuff. Nice little draw all day. So a chance for a birdie for Kelly Craft. Maybe he can finish birdie and apply a little bit of pressure on this guy.
Well, Ian, if he went birdie eagle, that would get him to 18. Dun, dun, dun.
Drama.
Peter Costas, let's talk about why this guy is the best putter in the world from 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet. I saw a very interesting deal on Sports Science where they measured his stroke. All strokes on the downswing are twice as fast as the backswing, correct?
Not his.
Not his. He is 1-to-1. The backswing and the through swing go the same speed. Nobody in golf does that. Nobody. And why do you think that lends him to putts like that just are all around the hole, and he makes 1 out of 5 from 20 feet?
He unloads the energy of the putter head totally into the ball better than almost anybody playing right now. Hits it in the center and just lets the energy from the putter head release into the ball and gets a beautiful roll.
It was very interesting when I watched that, and I went out to the putting green. We got a device that measures it, and my stroke was twice as fast going into the ball as going back. So I tried to match what he does. And don't try this at home, but it felt stupid. You take it back as fast as you can, and then you slow down going through. And that's basically a 1-to-1 ratio. Never seen it before out here. Let's go to 17.
It's very unusual though, Gary, isn't it? 99% of people are 2-to-1, certainly all the best putters. Okay, Dustin Johnson put a bit of pressure on Kelly Craft with this one. Pour it in, Dustin. So he moves to 14 under. Always plays well next week as well at Riviera, so ominous.
And Peter, also, I think, does that explain a little bit in the short putts he has trouble? Because most guys, good short putters, are really accelerating.
Well, that's why he looks at the hole. I think he looks at the hole, which in that case shortens up his backstroke a little bit and gives him a little bit more acceleration.
It's amazing. You give some and you take some. So you're really good from 20, but from here you get a little quirky. This shouldn't be a problem. About a foot. Left center. Hit it hard. Hold on a second. Yeah, he didn't like that at all. He did not like that. I'm fine now. I'm okay. Let's go to 17.
Oh, all day, Dottie. All day. He could have been 5 better. 16.
Okay, good up and down right there, Mr. Snedeker, but not his day. You can see we got no circles for him on the back. No circles whatsoever. They'll march now to the 17th tee and just get a big old shot of the ocean again. 18, John Rahm.
For birdie. And a piece of 5th. With Day and Woodland. That round by Gary Woodland, 2 better than anyone else. Again, 10 birdies in that round of 65. He took all the birdies off the golf course.
Yeah, he stole them all.
He did.
Interesting how Jordan Spieth has gone from 5th to 6th in the world rankings, and he's had 6 top 10s and a win in his last 7 starts.
Yeah, but all those victories 2 years ago are falling off his points list.
3 top 10s so far this season, including 2 thirds. So everyone's saying, what's wrong with Jordan Spieth? There's not too much wrong.
We don't have a reference point, do we? There's nothing we can look at.
And of course, leading the tour in greens in regulation, Peter. When you're as good a putter as he is, that's a pretty good stat to be on top of as well.
Well, I think just his off-season work this year as opposed to his travels last year is going to make a huge difference.
Big move in the FedEx Cup as well. 16th to 3rd with the win.
I mean, if it's downwind, this could be close. Yeah.
He's a little jittery about trying to figure out the wind because it has been swirling all afternoon.
And what's the best miss?
Interesting question. What's the best miss? AT&T.
Well, that wind that Peter talked about is dead into the player's face here off the tee.
Do you think that one flew straight? Maybe a 1 yard of fade. He aimed at the tree and hit the tree.
Hate it when I aim at things and actually hit them.
How many club golfers try that one?
Exactly.
I know if I aim it there, it's not going to finish there. And he's nailed it. You get relief from the wires.
17.
All right, 192 yards. He's chosen a 7-iron, so I think he feels like there's a little bit of help here.
Another excellent, safe shot. He's really played conservatively. Just the one birdie today and all the rest pars for Jordan Spieth. Very steady.
Kraft. He's second alone by 1.
Well, important hole for him. He's never finished better than a tie for 5th on this tour. In a position to do something and get closer to a lead than he's ever gotten before.
Oh, yeah. Back to 17.
Snedeker also with a 7-iron.
Just couldn't continue on that great start, could he, Peter?
No, it's just, I don't know. There's been no energy in this group today. This is on a really good line.
Oh, yes. Best shot we've seen. Just 2 feet left for birdie, and Snedeker could get to 14 under. So I got a horse race for second at least. Beautifully played here. Both players looking for their 9th victory. I think Jordan Spieth's going to get to 9 before Bram. But a great shot there. Looking at a 2 here at 17.
Oh, look at this little predicament here for Rob Oppenheim.
Is he sitting on the dirt? Yeah. Just short of a root.
Have some spin on it. He's tied for 8th coming here.
Oh, that could be serious then. That you might need that putt to stay inside the top 10.
Which would get him in the next week. That was well played. Waiting is Kelly Crabb.
It's amazing how long 18 is playing. Obviously super soft fairways. It's really is at sea level. But most of the guys, the biggest drives are only going 285, and you know normally we're talking about 320s.
Well, you got that wind in, and you can see that Kelly's put his sweater back on. When he came around that corner from 17 and hit the 18th tee, there was a noticeable drop in the temperature. This shot, Nick, he's got to keep it. I walked it off. 28 yards to clear the tree. It's got to be low.
Just keep it right. Send it down the hospitality line. Down the corner of that 10.
That'll work. Certainly playing the biggest hole of his professional career.
This is going to be a great finish for him.
It was quite the upset he pulled at the amateur he won in 2011, beating Patrick Cantlay, who was hands down the best amateur in the world.
Jordan Spieth was in that U.S. amateur and lost in the quarterfinals to England's Jack Senior. Patrick Cantlay, by the way, in the field here this week. He's been out for a long time with injury, and he made the cut. Good to have him back. Look at Toby Wilt now going up and over through the fringe, through the rough.
When he was trying to figure out what to do, everybody was telling him to try and chip it, and that wasn't going to be in the offing.
We've had 2 amateurs from over on that side of that boomerang-shaped green. I would think 2 professionals over there and say, beat either one of these 2.
Yeah, then they're not going to do it.
Paraki first and Wilt second. All right, Ian.
Well, nearly everyone from here, Jimmy, has been coming up about a foot short of the cup. Can't quite hit it firm enough. But Jordan makes it. He's the best putter in the world from that range, and that's why. Perfect speed. And it looks like it's going to be the 9th victory. Only Tiger's done it before 24. So the comparisons will continue. He's a special young man. And you got to get a lot of credit to Cameron McCormick, his coach, since he was 12 or 13 years of age. And Michael Greller, his man on the bag for the last 4 years. Now Jake Owen, Spieth's partner, but can't beat a 2. 19 under par as he heads to the last. We'll head there now.
Dustin.
It's going to be a huge smash with an iron. I don't think that will get there. Ooh, not even close.
Hit it in the ocean yesterday with his second shot and still made 5. Back to 17.
Well, more than likely a birdie for Snedeker. Oh, boy, that's a rare miss for Brandt. Tried to jam it in, but it still broke a little to the right. One of those sort of second halves to the day, Peter, hasn't it been, after a good start?
Yeah, most definitely.
Trying to just bang it in, but it did take a little bit of break, and the horseshoe.
Cover the first bank and line up the tree. So what's that?
210. 210 covers that.
What's it at that?
At that bunker, 245. Hybrids wouldn't get there.
And it covers 210, you think? Think it's a bird? Don't you? Yeah. I'm good with it.
It's going to play it the old Tom Watson way. 3-shotter.
Yeah, he's getting his yardage and what the wind is doing to those bunkers out to the right.
Yeah, they want to make sure they can't do anything like flare one right, bounce off the cart path and go OB.
About the green, Oppenheim for par.
Oh, well done.
Oh.
That's going to, well, make changes playing schedule.
Well, he has always flirted with being right on the edge, and he had to make that putt. When he got off the web.com tour, he finished 25th, which got you in 25th by $107. Okay.
Just going to probably won't reach anything. That's why he went with that.
Ooh, that is way, way back there.
By the rake there, just on the banking, so that's fine.
Here, I don't want to get on that side of it.
Yeah, look how far back. Probably just nudge a 5 or 4 iron up to the corner. If you've got them, use them.
No, you can't. You definitely can. It's further than the tree. Yeah. It's the left edge of it. Yeah. Okay.
Snedeker going with the driver, but with the breeze the way it is right now, I think this will probably be a 3-shot hole for him as well.
Turned it over a little bit. Well, this was nice to see. I'm talking about the putt at 17 by Spieth. We'd watched him just par this course to death since we came on the air. All pars. Till he delivers the goods at the 71st hole. And he leads by 4. Dustin Johnson could tie second with a birdie. Depends also what Kraft does here. And that clipped the tree. and somehow settled just below the cup, 7 feet.
Yes.
Earlier, Kraft.
And this is a sand wedge from 96 yards.
Wow. This will be a big hit. Well, talk about adrenaline.
And a very impressive round of golf.
Oh, they're down. I got you over here. Yeah. Got it.
And back we go to Jordan. How's he going to play this shot, Peter?
Well, he's going to take his hybrid out again.
Got stayed right in this tree.
He's going to aim it right on the corner of the hospitality. The left one, not the white tent, the taller one.
Got a reasonable lie, so should be able to pull this one off.
Yeah, just trying to hit about 210, 215.
All right.
That'll do it. Up on the green. Kraft
Huge
first.
cut.
Yeah, he's got Johnson inside of him. They're separated by a shot. That would clinch second alone.
Would have been a lot of cash and a lot of FedEx Cup points if that had fallen.
Kraft, an SMU alumnus. Get him in the next week, though, with the top 10. And second, that's the highest finish of his career, professional career on tour.
So if you are you superstitious? Superstitious? Do you watch Dustin Johnson putt or not?
I think you'll watch. I will. Yes.
We will.
If Johnson makes this at 67, which would tie low round of the second low round of the day with Kraft and Jason Day, and give him a share of second with Kelly Kraft.
Way out there.
A little clunky.
Yeah, so
Snedeker can tie DJ for third if he makes birdie. This was a moment ago while there was putting on the green. Snedeker laying up.
Well, he had tree trouble, had to hit a low draw under the tree and hook it a bit from 277.
Okay, that's fine. Spieth bringing it in.
That's a 7-iron from 152. Boy, he really got steep on that one trying to knock it down.
yeah, there's plenty of room left.
The youth movement. This has been the story so far of this wraparound season. All these 20-somethings. 3 wins amassed already by Justin Thomas, and a couple by Hideki Matsuyama, including last week. Cody Gribble, he won the Sanderson Farms Championship. Mackenzie Hughes. Hudson Swafford, his first win, came down in the desert. John Rahm at the Farmers Insurance Open 2 weeks ago. And another one on the way. This is going to tie the record. It's going to be the 7th consecutive event won by a player in their 20s.
You're not going to record this, are you? We call for rolling. Call for rolling, sir. Call.
Grant wants to see if this is any ground under repair consideration. Birdie would be worth something for him for sure. He would move him up into 3rd with Johnson.
Well, they're trying to determine if this in the fairway or not, because it's obviously lift clean in place.
So as Jordan approaches, the greeting begins. These fans are going to be thrilled to have Jordan Spieth as a champion here. The luminaries who have tackled Pebble Beach, conquered it in the past. It is an incredible roll call. And when you win, when you come inside the lodge, there's a wonderful little shadow box with a club from the occasion, the last ball that drops into the cup, and through the course of the year, visitors come through, stop, take a picture. That will be a very popular site to visit. Peter Costas, they worked this out?
Yeah, this is first cut, no relief. 77 yards, little knockdown wedge coming in here.
Not exactly what he had in mind.
Still shaking off the putt at 17. That didn't help, did it?
What do you think Augusta's going to be like for Jordan going back there?
I think it's really important. You know, everybody talked about how long is it going to take to get over what happened on the 12th. I think it's going to take until he gets there on the Thursday. Back on the 12th tee, he knows exactly what to do this time and goes ahead and executes it. Looks like is he putting it out of the rough? Wow. But I think that's going to be the moment. You'll go there. He knows he made a poor swing first of all on 12th, and he made a poor decision on the layup. On the drop to shot across the creek. So I think he'd be delighted to get there, deal with it, hit a lovely shot in there, probably make a 2, and then move on.
Right.
I think that's the only way you can deal with it. You know, I mean, really put it to rest.
He's going to be asked about it far more than he wants to talk about.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it's has been annoying him a little bit.
You know, Nick, I don't think he was swinging as well as he was scoring last year at Augusta, and it just caught up to him at the wrong time. I
agree. We watched it. Many a shot went right. He scrambled so well, got away with making pars out of the trees at the 3rd. But
and the final group of the day from Dallas, Texas. Let's give a great big AT&T Pebble Beach welcome to Jordan Spieth.
He's swinging better here,
yes,
than he was at Augusta, wouldn't you say, Peter?
Oh, absolutely, no question. I think he's in better shape physically. I think he's better shape technically. And I think mentally he's very refreshed.
Yeah, back at Augusta, he was picking up a few irons just on that takeaway. And it looks like the takeaway is way better, physically stronger.
Toby Wills.
It'll be very unsporting if he brushed this one in before Grant has a chance to putt.
You mean like this? Oh. Make a couple of long putts on the last 2 holes. I thought he might.
Took him about 15 holes, but he finally got his speed correct with a putter.
Grant has this putt. He's seen it so many times through the years on television. I'm sure he's had it a time or two himself.
Yeah, it always breaks more than he knows it. Might have overdone it a touch too much.
No.
Oh, what a great effort.
You don't see very many players over-reading that putt.
No. Yeah, that's a little bit local knowledge there.
It's a final round 70. It's going to be the same score. It's going to match Spieth 70. Put Jordan Spieth's name on the wall of great champions at Pebble Beach. His performance on Saturday, really, just he seized this tournament. And he wouldn't allow any drama to creep in today.
Yeah, that was the secret, even though he was getting a little frustrated. Nobody really got super close to scare him.
To be the second youngest winner of this event, behind John Cook. John Cook was 23 years and 4 months when he won it back in 1981.
Hey Jordan, you promised me an autograph. Yeah? Nice job, Jordan.
And Duke congratulating him. He's going to be part of that winning Pro-Am team with Carson Daly. So he gave us a good highlight here at the 17. He birdies the second hole out today, and then the second hole from the end. Hard the 72nd, a convincing win it was. Jordan Spieth takes the title at the AT&T. Clint, you think through the years, you've seen so many legendary players win here, and this is a kid has the makings of a very big career as a champion now.
Yeah, no, that was a great performance. Yesterday, the handwriting was on the wall. I think even Nick said he thought it might have a chance.
I called it yesterday afternoon. Yeah,
yes,
I mean the quality of his all parts of his game, but especially the putting yesterday was crazy.
What point was that yesterday?
11th
round. 11th hole. You said it was over. All right, young man.
Look at those.
Recognize that guy right there?
Flares.
That's my son.
Very good.
Thank you, Clint. It's been fun sharing it with you again this week.
Oh, that was wonderful.
And I love the blazer.
Thank you for last night. Yeah, the blazer hasn't aged much.
Nor have you.
Still fits beautifully.
Let's take everybody through the shot of the day. As
but this shot here is the same thing. You must have done.
Can't show them that one. Here's the quick and lone shot of the day. Jason Day with an eagle at the 14th hole. Wasn't that something? Hey, Jordan's coming up to the tower. We're going to have a visit with him when we come back to Pebble in a moment. You played beautifully yesterday. We saw you just one putt almost everything. And today, no one really got near you. The lead was 3 there for a while, but congratulations. This is a special place to win. I know you just walked in and said, man, it's great to win at Pebble Beach.
It's unbelievable. We had just a fantastic weekend after the horrid first couple days that we just had to kind of trek through. And I mean, big hand to the superintendents of the golf courses and the grounds crew, long hours. It was a beautiful setting for the finish.
I'll go straight to the technical stuff. I mean, you know your stats from outside 15, 20 feet. You're way above anybody else. Can you, without giving away secrets, because I know when to keep your secrets. What is your secret?
It's speed. It's all speed work. You know, not thinking too much about the stroke, finding a point, kind of a midpoint in the putt, and dialing in the speed ahead of time, just knowing kind of just naturally training my hands for the speed of the greens, and then from there just trying to hit it around that spot. So big time speed work. You know, today I hit 17 greens today. It was just kind of a dream round when you're leading by a bunch, ball striking, and finally got one to go on 17.
We were glad to see that. We'd seen a lot of pars, you know.
Yeah,
we came on there, you had a
boring
2-putt
golf.
birdie at 2, but we didn't have the highlights to go support the leaderboard at that point.
You know, and I apologize, but that's also that was kind of the game plan. Michael, we got on every tee box, and Michael said, "Keep playing boring golf."
Yep.
I'm just sitting there going, "I don't like playing boring golf," and that's what was needed today. And fortunately, that's what we did to close it out.
This great man next to you first came here back in the early 50s to Fort Ord. He first competed in this tournament in 1966. You've seen a lot of great champions come through here, Clint. We've got another one right here.
Nothing better than this.
I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
It's an honor.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Big thrill to watch you yesterday and today here.
Thank you.
You know, yesterday you had 13 one-putt greens.
Yeah.
Did you realize it when you walked in and you started adding up all the stats that you'd one-putted 8 of the last 9 greens here, 13 overall?
I didn't know that. I knew I was on, and the hole started to look pretty big to me on the back 9, and I was told in the press room afterwards that it was 23 putts or something yesterday, and that was certainly ideal. It was a really nice close to birdie 15, 17, 18 when you're in the lead, to just see a couple of those go in, and then I hit a great pitch on 18. Going from a 3-shot lead to a 6-shot lead, that's a huge difference.
Oh yeah.
Sleeping overnight on that, so I could afford to make a couple mistakes today if I needed to, and fortunately we didn't, and we just kind of stayed ahead.
And of course you were playing with Brandt, who has had some really big comeback wins in his career, and early on he made 3 early birdies, and things were trending a little bit, but he still was well back. He was still 4 back of you, but you were aware that you had a guy in your company who has done this before. I'm sure that
definitely
played in your mind.
He's scary on the greens to watch putt too, and I mean, you're certainly rooting for yourself to make it, and you want everyone to make it. You just want to shoot a couple strokes better. Brandt's a really good friend. He's been a great mentor to me the last 4 years on tour. I love playing golf with him. He's very dangerous when he's the one chasing you down, though, especially at this venue. So that wasn't necessarily ideal, but he played well. He got a couple unlucky breaks.
Well, listen, we're on a roll right now on the PGA Tour with golfers in their 20s winning. It's the 7th consecutive event.
Wow.
Won by a player in his 20s.
It's very cool. Yeah, it's I don't know what it is.
Your buddy Justin Thomas has
Justin
3 of
with
those.
2 wins in a row to start the year, and winning by with easy walks up the last couple.
Yeah.
And then going to Hideki and others.
Making all the 35-year-olds feel old.
I guess so. 35's prime out
They're
here.
done.
We got ways to go.
Here's the card that you just signed for. 35. They had you for 16 greens.
Yeah, maybe a fringe, I guess.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
We'll keep it there. And you did give us a highlight. We can always go back in years to come and say this was his year.
Yeah.
And on Sunday, he closed it out right there on the 71st.
Oh, it's cool. What a magnificent hole. That was awesome.
That was.
Well, the presentation's coming up on the green. Clint will be down there to join you. Congratulations, Jordan.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it, guys. Yeah, great.
He certainly handles that championship mantle very well. A lot of class in a young man who's just 23 and a half years of age and now has 9 PGA Tour titles. Most impressive when you compare him to greatness. We're looking at what Jack Nicklaus was able to do at this time of his career, along with the likes of Tiger Woods and the others. So as we take a look at that youth movement that Jordan was just referring to and talking about the players that have won here recently, Justin Thomas, 23 and a half years roughly. Hideki Matsuyama, not yet 25. And a couple of others like Mackenzie Hughes, yet to turn 26. And for Thomas, winning 3 times already this season, as he is on his way to making a name for himself, like his good friend Jordan Spieth. The win at the Sony Open was the 3rd for Thomas, and then we saw another 29-year-old Hudson Swafford won for the first time in his career before the Spaniard at the South Course at Torrey Pines. John Rahm won, Hideki winning again, this time taking the title for the second straight year at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. And now Jordan Spieth, as he does it once again. He is one of those performers that when he feels it on the greens, he's going to be tough to beat. And he said speed in the putt is what he concentrates on the most. And it certainly is obvious that the hard work put in is paying off, as he has that 4-shot win to look back on this week. And when you talk about his age and the number of victories that have come with at least 3 shots over his nearest competitor, it is historic. He has done something very special with the way he has been able to dispatch the rest of the field. So for Jordan Spieth, you'll be able to listen exclusively to his press conference at PGATour.com coming up in just a bit after he has the trophy presented to him from Clint Eastwood and the tournament director, as they'll gather down at 18 Green coming up. Good tournaments, a good week of tournament play for players like Scott Stallings and Jeff Ogilvy. Trey Mullinak's playing well. Robert Garrigus able to get into the top 25. Derek Fathauer, he'll be disappointed with the way this final day of play went as he slipped to another over par round. Adam Hadwin also fell to over par, but still among the top 40. And Justin Rose, a disappointing 73 to end the week. Not what he was hoping for. He'll be back, though. He might be one to watch next week at the Genesis Open. One last look at the first page, and Jordan Spieth wins by 4 shots off the tee. He was most effective, particularly in the first 3 days of play, all 3 rounds in the 60s before carding a 2 under 70 in this final round. He had 65s in the 2 middle days of play, and his amateur partner Jake Owens certainly enjoyed the ride right alongside Jordan Spieth, who now has 9 wins before he's turned 24 years of age. Log on to PGATour.com. You can look back at all the great shots, the moments that we'll remember from the celebrities and the pros. Jordan Spieth with the title. This concludes the PGA Tour's final round coverage of the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am from Pebble Beach Golf Links in Pebble Beach, California.